because we don't want to waste our time today. We have a lot to cover. We have a lot of speakers and we want to ask many questions. We still have Papa in the building. We have Reverend Professor Anok Akpabio in the building. We also have Professor Dr. Mercy Oben in the building. So please relax yourself as we all learn together. So I just want to quickly put on this stage Ambassador Alhaji Dr. Onike to the platform for him to share his knowledge on building healthy relationship. Alhaji Comrade Onike Rahaman stands out as a prominent Nigerian figure, notable for his activism, receiving awards for community service. He also holds a PhD, authored 3 books, and served as a deputy registrar, showcasing his multifaceted contribution to academia and society. Ambassador Dr. Onike joined the service of Oyo State Universal Basic Education as executive officer and rose to become higher executive officer, general administration, and head of confidential registry from 2006 to 2008. He joined the service of the Oyo State College of Agriculture and Technology in the year 2008 as administrative officer. As a professional administrator, he has served in several strategic committees of the government, council, management, and board of studies. He also served as the secretary to several committees. He is the representative of the non-teaching staff in administrative and technical staff committee of the Government Council of Oyo State College of Agriculture and Technology. Without mincing words, Ambassador Onike has served in the Establishment Division of Registry, served as Academic Affairs Officer, as Faculty Officer, Principal Assistant Registrar Admission, and is currently Deputy Registrar and Student Affairs Officer at Oyo State College of Agriculture and Technology at Igbora, Oyo State, Nigeria. So, on this note, permit me, he's also a writer. He started his writing career as a freelance writing for the news. Then also, as of today, he has over 100 written portfolios to showcase his talent and experience. He's also a speech writer. At the same time, a ghost writer for several eminent personalities and political office holders. As a public commentator and policy analyst, he writes frequently for several print and over 20 online media platforms, among which are The Cable, Premium Times, Nigeria Tribune, Daily Trust, Nigeria Opinion, Sahara Reporter, and many more. Apart from regular opinion contributions on dailies and online media, Alhaji Onike is an author with 3 books to his credit. Number 1, Human Rights in Islam. Number 2, Concise Guide for Professional Administrator. And number 3, The Craft and Intricacy of Contemporary Writing. He also has chapter contributor in several books. Ambassador Onike, as an editorial consultant and public affairs analyst, leveraging on his writing skills, experience, and knowledge of rules of usage. Alhaji Onike has been an editorial consultant for several organizations and individuals. He has edited over 10 books and several student magazines. Finally, Alhaji Dr. Onike has the privilege of always being invited to present papers or deliver lectures by several youth organizations, schools, and corporate bodies. He has over 120 lectures delivered in the last 26 years of his career. Alhaji Onike is a member of the editorial board, Premier News. And may I add this to it, that anybody that wants to write any book and you don't have time, especially our leaders in the world, this is the person to consult that will be able to guide you through, to write for you, to edit it for you, and also to publish the book. So now let's welcome Alhaji Dr. Ambassador Rahaman Onike to share his wealth of knowledge and wisdom and experience, especially on this occasion of Valentine's Day. You are welcome, sir. We can't hear you. Please mute yourself or mute yourself.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Are you listening, ma?
Yes,
Can you hear
yes.
me?
We can hear you.
Thank you, ma. I feel highly honored. I consider it a rare privilege to be invited to this international seminar as one of the resource persons. I want to sincerely appreciate Professor Dr. Lucas Folalu for the recognition, for the honor, and to speak on how to build a healthy relationship. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we will be discussing how to build a healthy and fulfilling relationship. Whether you are starting a new romantic relationship, maintaining a friendship, or improving your relationship with family members, these points I will be highlighting are applicable to all types of relationship connections and dealings in our society. Building a healthy relationship requires efforts, understanding, and effective communication, as earlier emphasized by the previous speaker. So let me dive into the key points on how to build a healthy relationship. The first thing is trust. Without trust, there cannot be any effective relationship. Trust is the foundation of any healthy relationship. Trust allows us to feel secure, open, and vulnerable with our loved ones. Building trust in any relationship requires honesty, reliability, and consistent actions. It is crucial to be trustworthy by keeping your promises, being transparent, and respecting boundaries. Let me emphasize that trust is not built overnight. It takes time and efforts. By demonstrating trustworthiness, you create a safe space for your relationship to grow and to flourish. So, if you are talking about building a healthy relationship, it is very important we emphasize issue of trust. Without trust, there can be no healthy relationship. The second point was equally raised, explained, and emphasized by the previous speaker. That is communication. In every relationship, there is bound to be communication. And when we are effective in our approach to communication, certainly our relationship will be built on a solid foundation and become healthy. Good communication is the lifeline of any relationship. And when we are talking of effective relationship, it involves both speaking and actively listening. You have to learn how to express yourself honestly and openly, while also respecting the opinions and feelings of others. When conflict arises, which is an inescapable condition in any relationship, we must try to avoid blaming or criticizing one another, and instead we focus on finding lasting solutions. We have to encourage open dialogue. We have to learn to remain calm even when there are provocations, and we must learn to use I That is statement to express your emotions so that your loved one will know you really appreciate him, you admire him, and that will sustain the relationship, and that will make your relationship to become more healthier. Therefore, I want to state that effective communication builds understanding, empathy, and stronger connections between two people, husband and wife, friends that intend to marry one another in the future, or male and male friend, or female and female friend. It's very, very important we take note of the need to promote effective communication to guarantee us a healthy relationship. Then boundaries. We have to learn to establish and respect personal boundaries. This is essential in building a healthy relationship. Boundaries define what is acceptable and unacceptable within a relationship. We have to discuss and establish boundaries together as friends, as husband and wife, as partners, so that both of us, the two parties, will feel comfortable and respected in dealing with one another. It is important to communicate your needs and understand the need of others. Recognize that everyone has different boundaries, and it is crucial to honor them to foster trust and maintain a healthy relationship. So when you set boundaries, you know that when you do this, your partner may get annoyed, may be angry with you, may not feel comfortable. You avoid doing such things. And the same thing applicable to the other partner. It goes vice versa. Then one other important point to lay emphasis on in today's presentation is support and empathy. When you are into any relationship, you must learn to support one another or each other. And you must be able to show empathy. Support is a vital aspect of any healthy relationship. You have to show genuine care, empathy, and understanding to your partner, friend, or family member. Without that, you cannot achieve having a sustainable, healthy, and effective relationship. You have to celebrate their successes, and you have to provide comfort during challenging times. And that is why an adage says, a friend in need is a friend indeed. You should be able to recognize the challenges of your partner or your friend, and you know where and when to assist so that your relationship will become healthier. You must actively listen and validate their experiences, even if you may not understand entirely what is wrong with your partner. Offering support and empathy cultivates a loving and compassionate bond, allowing relationship to thrive and endure. It's very, very important we take note of this. And this is what we call symbiotic relationship. When a relationship is not beneficial to either of the party or to both parties, that may not guarantee a healthy relationship. The mutual respect is another important point. Respect is fundamental in building a healthy relationship. Treat others with kindness, empathy, and dignity, regardless of differences or conflicts. Recognize and value each other's opinions, feelings, and boundaries. Avoid any form of verbal, emotional, and physical abuse. Remember that respect should be mutual and both parties should feel equally valued and appreciated. What I want to point out is that in any relationship, and we want relationship to be beneficial, to be sustainable, and to be an healthy relationship, you must respect one another. You must be able to recognize your area of differences, and you must avoid the use of abusive words, either in correcting one another or in marshalling your points or in engaging argument or conversation or dialogue with your partner or friend. It's very, very important that maintain mutual respect for one another or for each other, depending on the number of people that are involved in that relationship. We must be able to share quality time and interests. Whatever your partner consider to be valuable to him, you must respect him for that. You should not condemn him. You must be able to tolerate him. You must be able to show appreciation to whatever thing he consider valuable to him. Allocate quality time to develop and nurture your relationship. There is no way a relationship can become healthy without having time for one another or for each other, depending on the number. So you have to learn to allocate enough time for you to maintain your relationship with your partner. Engage in activities that you genuinely enjoy together. If you like going for sporting activities, going to recreation centers, book club, nightclub, whatever thing that both of you share as value, you must always create time so that your partner will feel that sense of love, empathy, and care. Engaging in shared interests strengthens your emotional connection, foster companionship, and create lasting memories. Whether it is going on walks, cooking together, or pursuing hobbies, carving out time for shared experiences is crucial in building a healthy and satisfying relationship. So, as husband and wife, as friends, as partners, if you want to nurture a relationship to fruition, if you want your relationship to be sustainable, to be healthy enough, then you must have enough time to do things together that you think are valuable to the two of you. Those are the main thrusts of my own presentation. In conclusion, building a healthy relationship requires trust, like I've earlier pointed out, effective communication. You must be able to set boundaries, and the two of you must respect that area of differences and boundary sets. You must be able to show empathy to each other, and you must be able to support one another or each other. Then the issue of mutual respect is equally important, and you must have quality time together all the time, and you must be able to tolerate your personal idiosyncrasies. Everybody has his own weaknesses. We have our area where that can be regarded as our weaknesses. So we must be able to recognize these differences and weaknesses. And the more we tolerate one another, the more you show love, the more you sympathize with your partner where you think he has challenges, the more the relationship become more entrenched. These key points, as earlier pointed out, provide a strong foundation to foster happiness, security, and fulfillment within any relationship. But remember that healthy relationships require ongoing efforts. It's a continuous process. It is not something that can be done in a day. We learn from one another, we make adjustments where necessary, and once that is done properly, and we maintain open communication, and we learn to apologize where necessary, because nobody is infallible, nobody is perfect. When you make mistake and your partner complain, you must be able to adjust. You must be able to learn to apologize where necessary so that the relationship will become more sustainable. Remember that healthy relationship require ongoing effort. Like I said, we need patience because we are not of the same biological background, social background, educational background, and parental background. And based on these differences, we must be able to tolerate one another. We must be able to show patience and understanding of these our peculiarities, individual differences, and personal idiosyncrasies. By implementing these practices, like showing love, empathy, tolerance, understanding, effective communication, spending enough time together, among others, you can create and maintain meaningful connections that are built to last, that are going to make your relationship become sustainable, healthy, and beneficial to the two parties. I thank you for attending this lecture, and may we all continue to struggle to build healthy and enriching our relationship so that our society become more peaceful, harmonious, and sustainable. I thank everybody for listening. And once again, I thank the facilitator, our dear Professor Lucas, for the recognition and honor you always give to me to be one of the resource persons. I thank everybody for listening. God will continue to bless us. Happy Valentine's Day once again. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Alhaji Rahaman, Dr. Onike. Thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your valuable wisdom, knowledge, and experience. And thank you so much
Thank you, ma.
because I know you are very busy person. And I mean, looking at
Thank
your
you.
profile, we know that probably from here you are going to another places and you're writing books on behalf of great personalities and great leaders, and you also publish books. Thank you so much for your time. We really
Yes,
appreciate it.
you're
And
welcome, ma.
even for the okay, before we go, because there was the questions being thrown to the chat box even before you started, because I think that question was related to the first was referred to the first speaker, but I believe you also can answer that question. Then the question there is this. In the world today, where some individuals believes relationship is all about getting and getting without them giving back, how do we handle such person?
Thank you, ma. To the best of my knowledge, relationships should not be parasitic in any way. So be symbiotic. If it is built on mutual trust and mutual respect, no, a partner or a party, one of the two partners, the two of them must be able to contribute, make sacrifices, create time. It should be double-edged sword. It's like two sides of a coin. If I bring good to you as a friend and as a partner, you should also learn to do good to me. No party to a relationship should be parasitic. It has to be mutual respect. It has to be symbiotic. And when we say something is symbiotic, that means the two of us should benefit from one another. It should not be a case of somebody depending entirely on the other. It's abuse of that aspect of giving support to one another when it is only one party that is doing it. If your own is to fetch water or to do anything to support your partner, you do it. If your partner has money to support you, he should be able to give it out. But it should not be a case of you are the only one demanding from your partner. If that is done, you become a parasite. And a parasitic relationship cannot be regarded as an healthy relationship. And therefore, it cannot be sustained. Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much for answering that question. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. And we really appreciate you because I know how very important this today is, and also how important the topic we are sharing is. And we've learned a lot from your speech today. Thank you for great presentation. And we
Yes,
believe
you
that
are welcome, ma.
we believe that with what you have shared with us today, based on our own understanding, we will apply it to our relationship and we will get better and keep on maintaining our relationship, our love, and every other thing. So thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate you.
You are welcome, ma.
God bless.